Alright, welcome home. Looks pretty bad. Doesn't smell as bad now, but still pretty bad. I moved some stuff in here last time. This old bumper stayed here for months. My huge beanbag, I think it's called. I have the grill for the car right here. I will be getting this done pretty soon because I haven't posted any of this, but that's obviously damaged. That bumper right there was like almost 4 grand from Zephyr Performance. This is my OEM grill for the car, and I actually think, Jesus Christ, I can't see anything. Oh, can't see anything. This is the current state of the garage right now. I have a ton of stuff from my work. Well, the work that I did before. Obviously, you can tell I was a painter, and I didn't like to be a painter, but I kind of had to. But you know what? Like it or not, work is work, and the work that I did helped me buy and maintain this car for a very long time now. I mean, it's been a year and a half with this C63, which I absolutely love, man. You have no idea how much I love this car. Obviously, it needs stuff, especially after what happened. It needs things, it needs love. But as you can see, it's got some damage, not much, but I'll say it should be back on the road this week. I have all the parts I need, I think. It should be just a matter of putting these parts together, you know, taking the car to a shop so they can remove stuff like this, the curb rash from the last owner. This was not me, I promise. This is how I bought the car. A lot of curb rash, the dents and stuff that was already, that you can see on the car, most of it was here. Except for this, which you can't see right now, but I did that. Not on purpose, obviously, but I did that. Okay, so I actually bought this. This is a storage. I think you can see here. Like a shed from, guess where? China. Let's go. Fucking Chinese own the planet, man. Anyways, obviously, I need a place to put all of this stuff because I cannot use the rest of my house, obviously. I mean, I definitely can use the bottom part, especially this area, since it looks super clean, but I obviously need a spot to put things that I'm not gonna be using or things that take up a lot of room. And that means this, for example, this is a huge box up to my waist, and I'm not a huge guy, but this is a big box. It's half the door. This is gonna be sitting somewhere for the next year because this is Halloween decoration. My parts, my old parts underneath this, even though you can't see anything because there's no lights, I have a bunch of parts right there that I'm not gonna use at all. So I need a place to put all of these things. Maybe not this, I mean, obviously I have clothes that I haven't used in years, so I'll end up going through all of my stuff and donating what I don't use. For example, these materials right here, this needs to go in there. You know, I have vinyl that I don't use, that needs to go. From now on, after what happened, I don't want to have my house looking bad ever again, you know? I'm so grateful now for this. Like, this is my old room. The videos I made, the first few videos, like the unboxing, the same setup that I had was right here in this corner. It was like laying here the day of the fire. I had boxes. I mean, this was the place that allowed me to do every single thing that I wanted to. This is the laundry. You can see all the water damage, which is not ideal, especially here. I mean, look at this. That's from water damage. I don't know if you can tell, but my ceiling is caved in. You know, my ceiling is like this. That's crazy. That's just water. So yeah, I need to be a lot better with my stuff. And this is the current condition of what used to be my house. It's destroyed. You know, all this is smoke, stains, every single thing is probably bad. This TV, you look at it and you go, that probably works. Wrong. It doesn't work. All these food items like this, what is this, like processor? I don't know. All those things, this is gone for sure, because I don't want to clean this, man. You know, it was inside the fire. I don't want to take the time, the money, and the whatever products I need to clean that properly. You know, for example, this is like a pressure cooker and it's stained. So why would I want to clean this? I don't want to clean this. I mean, obviously it's like, yeah, they look good, but we actually took some stuff, some electronics. They're not the same. They work, but they're not the same. Smoke does a lot of damage. And this part, you might think is the darkness, I guess, because there's no lights. Wrong. That's how dark the ceiling actually is now. Like, you can see the difference. This is how that is supposed to look, but no. This was the color. Like, look at the bottom. You can still see the walls, like doors. And then you go up, there's nothing. And that's all the smoke that was in here. All the heat that just ate the place completely. You know, it's like this paint that absorbs all the light. There's no ceiling, no drywall here. Obviously the room's completely gone. I mean, what can I tell you? It's a complete mess. This was my mom's room. I'm lucky that she even is alive. I'm lucky that she was not home here. I'm lucky that I was not home here. Maybe you always think like, yeah, if I was home, I would have realized and I would have done something about it. Maybe not. There's so many people that die in these fires because you just don't realize it. You're sleeping and out of nowhere, smoke starts coming out and you just pass out and you die. You're done. You don't even know it. So sometimes I wish I would have been here, because we actually had a fire extinguisher down here. But like I said, you never know. It was hanging here, a fire extinguisher. What my mind tells me is what I would have done if I was home at the time. First, get my dogs to safety, right? My dogs, my girl, my mom, whoever. Second, call 911, because that's what you should do, right? Third, they're not gonna be here in 1 minute, and I'm not just gonna sit around and watch my house burn. I would have come here, I would have taken that fire extinguisher that I had, and I would have run upstairs and tried to do something about it. But that's what you think. But you never know what really could have happened. I could have died doing that. And is it worth it? No. But I believe that's what I would have done, which is honestly not ideal. So I don't recommend anyone doing something like that, because it's pretty stupid. But, the adrenaline and just seeing things that are valuable to you being damaged, it's a feeling that I don't think I ever felt before in such a hard way. So it feels very destructive. And this, like I said before, I'm going to take all this stuff out, like my tools, all my stuff that I'm not using anymore, because I'm unemployed now and I don't want to paint anymore. That's the reason I'm doing this video, is because I want to have my own brand as a social media person. That's why I started. I have my Instagram and I have this YouTube channel that I haven't touched in a long time, even though I said I was, but I did it. It happened. Anyways, this was not like this, okay? I know it looks like a mess, but you already saw the house. You know what happened. My plan is, damn, this looks so sad. This looks bad. Look at all the leaves and stuff. Obviously, it's winter's right around the corner, but it's crazy to see, like, the stuff that's happening. You can tell, the windows broken here, and those windows are just melted down. That's obviously the fire. There's pieces of ceiling over here from where they cut open the ceiling on my kitchen. More ceiling down here, and this has just been falling here for the past 3 months. All the leaves, branches, all this stuff, all these things are just time, we used to have this clean. I don't know if I have any pictures of this, but it's not the best backyard whatsoever. It was definitely a lot cleaner than this last time. You know, all this, more ceiling, more stuff. We actually had to put those blocks down there because sometimes we bring our dogs and they just hang around here. They play and they like to leave. Just like any other well taken care of dog. They like to go for some reason. It's just hanging there. I don't know why. The plans for that storage is to put it somewhere. And I'm thinking, you know, this is not a bad spot actually, because I can do like a corner here and leave it closer to that door. But if I think about it, I'm probably gonna have stuff either for my backyard, like I said, things that I'm not gonna be using at all, or maybe tools, or I don't know yet. You guys get the point. I'm not the only one with a shed. So what you guys see here, this is where I think it's gonna go. So it's a 6x6, so it should be from that corner to this, around this area here, from there to closer to the door, maybe. I know it has a window. It looks like it has a window on the left side. So if it's this big, maybe it gets to here. I still have good enough space for the door. I lose a couple inches, obviously, because I can't swing it open all the way. In the 3.5 years or maybe 4 that I've lived here, I've never had to use this door, ever. Like never, ever. So I think it's gonna be no problem. And once I do that, we can put all this stuff, all this crap back there, leave it alone, so I have all this room to get my car back. It's been sitting for a while, man. I think almost 6 months it's been sitting now. And you may be asking like, do you have the money to buy this car, blah blah blah, why don't you have the money to fix it? Dude, I'm not rich. Okay, I'm broke. This is not my house. Okay, I rent this house. So, well, I'm good friends with the owner. I've lived here for a long time and I love this house like it's mine. So I worked really hard, I save money, and I just have good taste. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to buy a car like this, and I'm being honest. I obviously had other sports cars in the past. Like, I had a Scion FRS, I had a Mustang, I had a Miata, and then this one came in, which is a lot different than any other one of those cars. Look at this. Look at this thing, man. Look at that steering wheel. It's Alcantara. You know, we have the carbon console. We have the bucket seats with the yellow stitching. Like, come on. I never thought I was gonna own something like this. Never. And let alone a car like this, because if you don't know, these yellow stripes are OEM. All this, the rims, the buckets, the trim, all this is OEM. I didn't change a thing on this car. You know, it's a V8 bi-turbo, so you know that's a 63. You know what this is? It's a 17 C63S Edition 1. So you tell me, how am I, a 21-year-old, self-employed, currently unemployed, can't afford one of these? Like, you just can't. Like, I can't. I mean, I can because I have it, but I can't. I just got lucky. I worked hard, I saved some money, and I went out and bought it. And the first year of ownership, I already had to do this. Like, I changed the bumper. It's a partial carbon fiber one, and that was $4,000. And yes, I saved up all that money. I got it on. I enjoyed the car for, I would say, half a year. And then what happened is I was driving down the road, 405 south, right? And it was around 5:30-ish in the morning, so it wasn't dark. There was no daylight still. It was kind of in between, so you can't really see much, but you can. It's weird. Anyways, I was going good, and I was doing 65, so I was not going fast or anything. Out of nowhere, a ladder just like this, I think it was just like this, the size, like it was a big piece of metal. It was laying legs facing me. So I have people asking like, how did you not see such a ladder? I'm like, dude, all I could see was 2 legs, like the bottom part of the legs. That's all that I could see. And it was laying like right in the middle of the lane, like in the middle. Not a little bit to the right, not a little bit to the left. It was perfectly placed like a mine on the middle of the road. By the time I saw those two tiny black ends of the legs, it was already too late. What I did was big steer to the left, and that did enough to where the only part that hit the car was one of the legs. So as you can see, this bumper is perfect. Well, you can't see much, but anyway, this bumper is perfectly fine, right? Except from this area of the headlight to the end, that's where it got hit. So it was right here, and I saw it probably 10 feet away from me, and I just went and boom, got me right here on the edge. That sucks. I was so close to saving that, but I didn't. Obviously, I got on top of it with the wheel, and I almost lose it going 65, which would have been even worse. I think my front wheel and maybe my rear wheel of the passenger side were in the air for a second. Like, it was bad, dude. If I was on that truck, I would have been fine. Like, I would have just maybe gone over it. It's not fun, but I don't think nothing would have happened to a truck. But because I was going in this, that was a bad hit. So obviously it destroyed the bumper, as you guys saw. It destroyed I think it bent the mount for that radiator. It destroyed both caps of that radiator. It completely chewed up my fender liner on that side, and this side also got chewed up. This piece right here, which is like it's not a skid plate, it's just like a cover for the front part. That part right there, that got destroyed. This part that goes on the, I think it's the transmission cooler or something like that. I thought that was damaged, but it wasn't. That was a bad experience, and that's the reason why the car is the way it is right now. Oh, and the fender on that side also got damaged. It's okay. I'm pretty sure I can reuse it. The paint just peeled off a little bit. That's it. Nothing else. I'm lucky it didn't crack the thing though. Like my headlight is perfect. I think I have to repaint it. It scratched that rear pretty badly as well. That's something I have to get fixed. It looks bad. Such a car in such a bad way. It's sad. But yeah, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna take care of this. I will be making a video about it. I'm gonna move all this stuff out, and I'm gonna try to take all the old parts. So for example, I have to take out, I think, almost the entire radiator thing. I have to take out this one. Obviously not this one, the old one. I have to take out what's left of those liners. These are the fins for the additional one. These ones are the OEM. So I'm gonna change one. I'm gonna keep the older one, this one, which is not damaged, but I'm gonna change this one for sure. I also have a trim piece for the interior, but I'll do that later.